Welcome, all of you. I promised you this morning that I'm waiting for some input from the government on the issue of violence, and then we'll be able to give you my comments. At the outset, let me regret to say that there has been no response from the government. The background of the incidents that took place yesterday, that is the unpardonable act from the government of preventing the victims of violence from airing their grievances to the constitutional head of the state, that is the government, is deplorable. That situation was brought to the notice of government yesterday. Specific issues were raised for government to answer. While truth has been prevented on the streets from reaching the place where from it expected redressal to their grievances. Truth cannot be suppressed. Truth like murder will one day be out. What is happening now around me on the streets of West Bengal in many pockets, that is violence. Open violence, unbridled violence is something which is shocking, which is benumbing, deplorable to say the least. Yesterday, I gave permission to the victims of violence in the field who came from various parts of Bengal to meet me in the Raj Bhavan and air their grievances. I was shocked to find that on one reason or the other, they were all prevented from exercising their democratic rights of defending their lives. As we know, the right to life is an inalienable fundamental right in the Constitution of India. Every responsible government, every civilized government has a right to defend the Constitution. But here is flagrant violation of the Constitution, not once but many times, over and over again. To be specific, under Article 167 of the Constitution of India, it is mandatory, underlying mandatory, on the Chief Minister of a state to give reports and information to the governor whenever it is called for. The Constitution also lays down that the governor has got a right and a duty to suggest to the Chief Minister to place before the Council of Ministers any matter which the governor in his wisdom finds worth presenting before the Council of Ministers. This has also been done by me and by my predecessors in office here, which has been flagrantly violated. A constitutional authority like the Chief Minister or a minister cannot deface and defile the Constitution of India with immunity. There will certainly be retribution, there will certainly be nemesis. I am bound to act according to the Constitution of India. That the Constitution has been flouted many times does not mean it is going to be a rule of the day. It is my bounden duty to see that constitutional provisions are invoked and the government is made to do whatever is constitutionally expected to do, mandated to do. That is what is going on here. Once again I repeat that there is the dance of death, the macabre, which is happening in many pockets of West Bengal. During the Panchayat election, saw it with my own eyes. I was in the field. During this election also, there have been many instances of violence, murder, intimidation. This cannot go on. Worst is that when the poor people came to meet the governor with permission to hear their grievances, they were prevented. But this, truth like murder will one day be out. I would like to be a people's governor. Therefore, I went to see them. I spent time with them. What I heard was the deep pangs of innocent people who were at the gunpoint of the goons. This does not bring credit to any civilized government. Government has to do its duty. If government fails to do its duty, the Constitution will take its own course. I once again repeat, howsoever high you think you are, the law is above you. That is the situation that is there, prevailing in Bengal now. I, as a humble governor, will exercise all my obligations and duties to the Constitution, boldly, fearlessly, timely. I will intervene where intervention is required. Whatever be the governmental intimidation on me, it is not going to click. Intimidation and threat is not going to have any value in a constitutional government. And mind you, Indian democracy has the inner strength. Indian constitution has the inner strength to see that everybody is brought in line to obey the constitution of India and observe the rule of law. That's all what I have to communicate to you now for the time being. Thank you.
हेलो,
क्या आज कोई कम्युनिकेशन विरोधी दल के तरफ से आपके पास आया है कि वो आज भी आपसे मुलाकात करना चाहते हैं?
The opposition is a political aspect of that. The opposition leader has gotten rights in democracy. Let him exercise it in his own way. I am more concerned about the people. What is of more relevance to me is that the innocent people have been prevented from meeting the governor, which is not a joke. And now that you have raised the issue once again, I am today going to write a letter in a sealed cover and send it to the Chief Minister herself, direct my address to her about certain issues which now I am not revealing to you, but I can only reveal that my next step is writing directly to the Chief Minister of West Bengal to obey the Constitution of India.
हेलो सर, दिस इज दीपंकर फ्रॉम एनकेटीवी। आज हाईकोर्ट ने बोले है कि आप अगर किसी को बुलाए तो पुलिस रोक नहीं सकता। आप कल रात आपका ट्विटर में आप बहुत लंबा आपका विवृत्ति दिए है, लेकिन अभी मतलब क्या हाल है? कोई आना चाहते हैं, आ नहीं सकते इधर?
See, it is said, if the mountain does not come to Muhammad, Muhammad will go to the mountains. That is what happened today. Now, without me telling it, the court has said it. If the governor has given permission for somebody to meet him, they will meet. I can only, as a person who respects the constitution and the law courts, I will say, what the court has suggested will be done. Whoever wants to meet the governor of Bengal will be able to meet. Nobody can prevent them. If anybody prevents them, wait for the consequences.
Hello. Sir, this is Sanjay Shah, Newsprint. Sir, before election, we saw that in front of the gate of Raj Bhavan, the ruling party has constituted here dharnas, agitations, etc., etc. But yesterday, the leader of opposition, along with the victims, with valid permission of Honorable Governor, they couldn't enter in the Raj Bhavan. And before the gate of Raj Bhavan, they have been blocked by proactive police. And you also wanted the report from Chief Secretary and Home Secretary of the state. What is the outcome about the situation?
Wait and watch.
You said that you're going to take some legal action following the silence on behalf of the government. Say, what do you mean exactly by that, and by when you're going to make that action?
I do not have the answer with me now. Let me wait for the reply by my constitutional colleague, the Chief Minister. Then I will give the reply. Not in words, but in action. I repeat, not in words, but in action.
How long you're going to wait for that?
Maybe 1 minute, maybe 1 day, maybe 1 week. Not more than that.
Sir, one question from this side, sir. Sir, it never happened before that somebody is coming to Raj Bhavan and wanted to, and you are taking and he has been stopped outside. It never happened before, but yesterday it happened. So what is the reason behind this?
Many things happen once in a while for the first time. Let us also hope that it is for the last time. We will react it certainly effectively, proactively, within the constitution, within the law. Nobody will be allowed to take the law in their hands, however high they think they are.
দাবি ত্যাগ এই চ্যানেল কোনো প্রচার করে না হিংসাত্মক, ক্ষতিকারক বা অবৈধ কার্যকলাপ। এই চ্যানেল দ্বারা প্রদত্ত সমস্ত বিষয়বস্তু শুধুমাত্র একটি শিক্ষামূলক উদ্দেশ্যের জন্য। ধন্যবাদ। শুভেচ্ছা টিম আমার বাংলা নিউজ।